Hello, Philadelphia. My name is Rayray, and I'm the host of the Philadelphia Music, Dance, and Modern Art Show. This week we have We the People. They're a great band that I met through Craigslist a while back, and I saw them perform, and they really rock it out. Gentlemen, would you like to introduce yourself to Philadelphia and tell them what you play?
Thanks for having us out here to the show. We are We the People. We're a punk band based out of Delaware County. We've been playing for about 2 years now, since early January 2012, and have recently just put out our third demo entitled The War on Ideas.
Cool, cool. And what do you do in the band?
I play bass and do the vocals.
Okay. And you?
I am guitar, and that's about it. No vocals.
Just rocks the guitar. Is that the bass guitar, lead guitar? No, you do lead guitar.
He's bass. I'm just rhythm.
Oh, you do
guitar.
bass? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that when you played. Yeah. And what do you do?
I'm Paul. I play drums, and I also help with booking and this and that whenever I can.
Okay, great, great. So we took a lot of footage of you guys playing. There were several songs that you really wanted to share with us and Philadelphia. One was Acres of Skin, right? And the Murder a Day Mayhem, right?
Yes.
They're the two songs that you really you wanted to talk about, and we wanted to talk about on the show. So could you tell us first about Murder a Day Mayhem and what inspired you guys to write it, what it means to you, and why people should listen?
Murder a Day Mayhem is a song that was inspired actually by local events, actually by the murder rate in Philadelphia. There was a newspaper article that had said pretty much there was a homicide about 24 hours every day in Philadelphia. I think their statistics...
Much. Quite frankly, way too much.
Way too much.
Yeah, I think they had it as like one shooting every 6.5 hours, one homicide every 24 hours and 10 minutes or something. This was back at 2012, I want to say over the summer of 2012, the article was published. I think it may be Philly Weekly or the Inquirer.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so that song represents what you read in the article.
Yes, yeah, it talks all about it in some detail. I guess the trouble they have with everything out in the streets.
Okay, okay. And what type of music would you describe your music as? Heavy metal, industrial metal, rock?
Kind of like a heavy metal with a bit of a hardcore punk rock. It's really influenced by a lot of the older 80s bands like Judas Priest or the Dead Kennedys. A lot of really just right to the point kind of verse chorus bands, really just delivering it home in a few minutes.
Was there a message you were trying to get across to people with that music? Were you trying to were you just telling the story, or were you also trying to send a message to people like stop killing people?
Yeah.
That's a good message.
Yeah,
right?
no, a lot of the stuff we write is really socially influenced and is hoping to instill some hope and some change in society. We got a lot of songs about the environment, about human rights and all, and a lot of important issues that we try to address with our songs and keep people positive, keep people thinking free, mostly importantly.
Right, some social commentary and to keep people's minds sovereign. We're all sovereign beings. Yeah. And some people forget that when with all the things that are going on in the world today. So Acres of Skin, do you want to speak about that a little bit more?
Yes, Acres of Skin is inspired actually by a book of the same title that was released, and the book was about a bunch of medical experimentation that had went on down at the Holmesburg prison on Tarsdale Ave.
I grew up around there, so I'm very familiar with it.
Yeah, back there in the 1950s through the 70s, they actually had an experimental program. They were testing like all sorts of ointments and lotions and creams on the prisoners there at the hospital. They were pretty much making them patients, but a lot of them weren't actually told what was being tested, what the side effects would be. It was all a very experimental process. It was actually in part financed by the University of Pennsylvania, but the book had come out and it detailed everything that had went on there, actually some of the legal trouble Dr. Albert Kligman got in over the experiments they had ran. And
that's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, to think that you make a mistake and then, even in Holmesburg, you could make a small mistake and still have to do some time there and then wind up with a third or fourth arm as a result of some medical...
some of them had scars that were permanent in the end. They had, I guess, given interviews with the novelist who had written the book, and he had gotten a lot of information through the Freedom of Information Act as well that he had put in there. It was really a pretty tragic tale. Actually, the FDA eventually banned the practice in the mid-70s.
It sounds pretty horrible, and by bringing it up, though, don't let people forget about these things, because when horrible things happen and people forget, they tend to happen again.
Yeah.
So as a result,
history does repeat itself.
Yes, it's good to share these stories and make sure that people know what the hell's going on around them, really.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet? I know you've mentioned the story before, but not on air. So could you tell us how you met?
Actually, I was rooting through Craigslist, saw an ad for a band needed a guitar player, and I'm actually a bass player, so I was like, I can play guitar. So me and Steve got together and we started up, and then needed a drummer. I said, well, it ain't gonna be easy. First shot, Paul moved his drums in, hasn't left yet. So it's been a pleasant experience.
That's great. That's great. And now you have several demos. I mean, you've played a lot of songs, and we're going to show probably good 5 songs that you do. Definitely the 2 that you mentioned, but you have played a lot of songs, and you mentioned that you have 3 demos. Now, what's the difference from the songs that you already have in your repertoire to the demos? Is it just a matter of putting it to wax and promoting and sharing it with the public? Is that the difference?
I mean, the demos are more of a progression, where like the first 1 or 2 would be like the songs we had at that time, and then we have both a collection of things we played live as well as things we professionally recorded. Plus Drew has a recorder, so we record our practices and record all of our shows, and if we have a good take, we'll use that as like an actual version of that song. So the demos are more of like just a progression of us and the songs over the last year and a half. Like the most recent one, the War on Ideas demo, that's not only our most recent, but it's basically like the 4 songs that we don't have like actual legit like recordings for, and it's our first recording using like Pro Tools, like an actual really good, clean, more professional kind of sound, where the other 2s were kind
really
of they
Okay.
were what they were, but since we're more in like the punk 80s kind of
There's a little bit of
idea,
grittiness that
yeah,
works.
it has a kind of a raw grittiness to it, which it works.
Okay, so the production value, I guess, is the
has increased over the.
And you can
The
see how
subtext
more
of that.
comfortable we
Okay.
are with each other.
Right.
Now being together for a year and a half to 2 years, so we're progressing as musicians also.
excellent. So if somebody wants to learn more about you guys, do you have something on the internet? Are you on SoundCloud, Reverb Nation?
Yes, we have a
anything like that?
Bandcamp site. It's We the People Band215.bandcamp.com, and we have a Facebook site we could be contacted at, which is facebook.com/We the People the Band.
Okay.
And we do have a Reverb page too, which you can link through our Facebook page.
Okay, and I'll make
Does
sure
have our
to
music
put
on
these links out for everybody so they can, find you and come see your shows. Where are you guys playing next? Do you know what you have in store for, the next few months?
Taking over the world? No, nothing scheduled currently.
Well, taking over the world that's a
keeps you
long
busy.
process. It's not something
Yeah,
you're
it's
going
not
to
something you do overnight.
a few months every night.
But
Okay,
we're currently
great.
trying to work on maybe doing a full-length album. So we're writing new songs.
Okay, so that's in the future is
Yes.
a full-length album. How many songs? Like I said, I heard a lot of songs from you guys, and I know that the demos are what you mentioned. How many songs do you need for an album, and when do you think that's going to come out? When are you going to drop the album?
I believe this full length should be about 8 songs, and hopefully we're looking to do the recording in 2014. It would hopefully get released the same year, or depending on how late into 2014 we record it, maybe early in 2015.
Do we
But I
have
don't
any
think-
late birthdays? We aim for somebody's birthday next year,
Oh,
2014.
I'm
Drop it on the
December,
birthday.
so.
Oh, there we go. We're
Yeah.
dropping on his birthday. I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us again on Philadelphia Music, Dance, and Modern Art Show. We, as I said, will put up links so that everybody at Philadelphia in Philadelphia, can find you and learn more about you and listen to some of your music and find out about your shows. Again, my name is Rayray. I'm your host, and we're here with We the People, and now we're going to see some of their performance. Take care, Philadelphia. Thank you.